Good morning. So session 5 on improvement in food resources. So in our previous class, we studied about crop production management. Now today we will start with the third one, crop protection improvement or management. Now since we have chosen the seed, we have produced it in large number. Now before and after harvesting, we really need to take care of the crops so that it is not affected by the pest. So what is crop protection management, or what do you mean by a crop protection? So it is protecting the crop from the diseases from various organisms is known as crop protection. I repeat, to protect the crop from various diseases from different organisms is called crop protection. Now how do we protect and when do we protect the crops? We protect the crops, or we can say the methods of protecting the crops is we do pest control during the growth and storage of grains. So it is not only after harvesting, before harvesting or in between, right from the time you sow the plants or sow the crop and the time to harvest, we need to take very good care of the crops. As we take care of ourselves, as we take care of children, babies, so that they are not affected by any diseases, right? What do we do if they get diseases? We take them to doctor, we give them certain medication, so that similarly we have to also take care of the crops. Pest control during the growth we study first, then the storage of grains, how to do the pest control once we start storing the grains. Let's discuss on the first one. Now when we talk about pest, what are pests? So pest is any destructive organism which can cause destroy to the crop or to the plant, we can say. I repeat, pest is any destructive organism which can destroy the crop or the plant which we have grown, right? Which are the different types of pests we talk about here? We talk about weeds, insects and pathogens. So let's discuss about each here. What are weeds? We all know what are weeds. Weeds are the unwanted plants which are grown in the field. It is not only in the field. Weeds are the unwanted plants. They also grow in your garden, right? You sometimes just pluck them mechanically with your hand. In the large scale, they are done mechanically or with the certain machines or something else. So these are the unwanted plants which are growing in the field. So what example of weeds are like xanthium, parthenium. Parthenium is a commonly known weed which we even see in our garden sometimes, right? What do these weeds do? These weeds are basically not photosynthetic. That means though they are green in color, but what they do is if there are some crops grown here, these weeds will grow in between this. Now what these will do, whatever nutrients I give for the particular crop, those nutrients are much large absorbed by these weeds. That means plant is not getting or your crop is not getting enough amount of nutrients from the soil. Why? Because everything is absorbed by these weeds. That means your plant or a crop will not have enough growth. So what we have to do it, that is what I told you. We either use weedicides, pesticides to get rid of this, not pesticides actually. For weeds we use weedicides to get rid of these weeds. Now insects. Now what do insects do actually? Now insects are also like which feed on the plants. They cut the root, they cut the stem, they cut the leaves because they feed on them. Now you've seen sometimes those insects have half eaten the leaves. Sometimes insects have half eaten the fruits, right? That means they are affected. A particular crop is affected by the insect. They also suck the cell sap from the plant. Now what is a cell sap? Cell sap is a place or a large vacuole where the food is stored. That means if they start sucking the cell sap from a particular plant, what will the plant get the food from? Nutrition from. So insects also are the type of pest we consider. Pathogens. Now what are pathogens? We all know pathogens are the group of, you can say, bacteria, fungi or viruses which affects the plant, or you can say it causes certain diseases in the plants, these pathogens. So these are the different types of pests. Now based on the pest we use the pesticides, weedicides or sometimes even herbicides. Now this is about before harvesting it. So we need to take care of the crops before we harvest it. So what type of pesticide should be used, what type of pest it is. Now as I discussed in my previous part, I told that wheat catches a disease which is called as a rust of wheat, right? Similarly, there are so many different plants, they also have certain diseases and we also name them. It causes certain pests. Certain pest will only affect certain type of plant. The pest which will affect wheat, it might not affect maize, it might not affect sunflower. Different pests will only affect the different things. Now when we talk about these pathogens will usually spread through air, water or sometimes even through soil, right? That is why soil has to be fertile when we use it for farming. Next, once we understand the pest, once we treat it with the pest and we have a good source of our crops there, we go for harvesting. Now once harvesting is done, we need to store the grain in an appropriate manner. Now what problems do we get after we harvest the plants? We might get a biotic problem or abiotic problem. Now we all know what is biotic. Biotic is living and abiotic is non-living. So what biotic problems we might get? The grains what are harvested might be affected by insects, rodents, mites, any worms, right? Ants. So it has to be free from all the biotic problems, right? Now what could be the abiotic problems? Abiotic problems like rain, temperature, excess heat, moisture. So we have to see that it is food grains are stored from, or it is very much kept aside from this biotic and abiotic problem. Now how do we get rid of this biotic and abiotic problem? By different ways. What are these ways? It is by drying, maintenance of hygiene, fumigation and storage devices. Now when I talk about drying, what do we do here? We usually have seen farmers, once they harvest the crops or anything on a large scale, they just dry it under the sun, right? We also do it. Sometimes we get the dal, rice, pulses, wheat, anything if you get from the market. During summer, we usually keep all those grains. Sometimes we expose it to the sun or we dry it into the sun. Why? Because in case if it has some insects or some worms or ants, anything are there, it will get rid of that. Apart from that, even it will also get rid of moisture. So we also sun dry them. We keep it under the sun. So this drying is done in a very large scale. Next is maintenance of hygiene. Now, where we store the grain in the in the silos or wherever you are storing these grains, make sure that the place where you are stored is hygiene. The place does not have exposure to much of or the place is not wet enough. There are no worms or there are no cracks in the wall nor in the floor so that ants might enter. So the place is hygiene where you are storing it. That also matters. Even if the grains are good, if the place is not hygienic where you have stored, that also might catch certain pest later. Fumigation. Now what is fumigation? You all might have seen nowadays due to this COVID-19, now whichever areas of which are sealed down in a particular area, they are doing fumigation. Fumigation is killing those pests or insects or viruses actually if it is infected in the particular places. So suppose if I have to store the grains in this room, I have to we have to clean it. Of course yes, but even when we clean it manually, there might be some unseen bacteria or viruses left over. So when we fumigate it, the room becomes very clean and hygienic so that we can store it for a long period of time. See, when we talk about all these things, it is not the question of I'm storing it for 1 day, 2 days. Certain grains are stored for a very long time, right? Now, whenever we want it, we just go to market and we buy them. Sometimes we also buy it in a bulk, like we buy 25 kgs, 10 kgs, 50 kgs. What do we do when we buy it in a bulk? We make sure that it is dried, we maintain hygiene, the place where we are storing it, we see, of course, we don't fumigate there, but still we maintain hygiene. There is no water content or it is not directly exposed to water, right? The last one is storage devices. So storage devices is make sure that it is stored in a good gunny bag, sealed properly, or in case of containers, it is stored in the sealed containers which is not very open to moisture. The same process we do follow. You get something from out, we store it in a good container which is from moisture free, so that it remains for a very long period of time. So here what grains we are talking about, it is stored in a very large quantity, right, which is used for future. So these are the different ways how we protect the grains. So one was before harvesting and the another was after harvesting. So here we complete our approaches to the agricultural way. So where we discussed about crop variety, after crop variety, production of the crops, after crop production, protection of the crops. So our next session will be on animal husbandry. So as we had discussed in the beginning of the lesson, when we talk about improvement in food resources, we will be dividing it into two sectors. One is plant food and another is animal food. The plant food, in the sense we discuss about agriculture. Then what all steps we take. The next part we will discuss about animal husbandry. How the cattle are raised, so what are the different types of cattle, how crossbreeding and hybridization also plays a very important role there. So we'll be discussing that in our next class. So in today's class, if you have any doubt, you can call on the same day of the video set. Thank you.